Hey, just a heads up, this review contains spoilers to a now 30-year-old movie, so if you haven't seen this film yet, then you should probably click off the video. Or if you just don't care, then just stick around. Hey guys, Michael of Random here. Now, well, here's a video I've been wanting to do for a while now. So, well, if you couldn't tell by the title of this video, and 3 years now, after constantly memeing it, I have finally gotten around to watching The Pebble and the Penguin by Bluth. And so now, well, I just got back from watching it, so now I'm gonna share my thoughts on it. Okay, so, I don't want to be too harsh on this movie, because, I mean, like, I know at its core, it's just a dumb, kids movie. It's mainly targeted for, like, a younger audience and such. But, I won't lie, as I was going into this movie, I was, like, after hearing all the negative things I've heard about it, I was expecting, like, I was actually expecting it to be shit. But, I would be lying if I said, like, there were parts of it that I actually did enjoy, and I will get into those in a bit. And, overall, like, as I previously mentioned, I can't help but think that this movie was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Alright, so I'll start with the positives. I think the animation is decent. You know, it's got that Bluth feel to it, you know, trying to mimic old Disney or something, you know, like some of Bluth's films used to do. Only this one, they definitely leaned more into really trying to kidify the whole thing, you know. I think that's because this was kind of like during the point where Bluth's films just started taking a nosedive in quality, you know, ever since he, like, signed up or made a deal with, like, Warner Brothers or something, and they made, like, all those other films, like, you know, A Troll in Central Park, which I also haven't seen, and I don't think I want to, because, like, I know that's, like, really, really bad. But, like, I mean, okay, at least this film is not as bad as that. And there was also, like, Thumbelina. I remember watching that one, but, like, I honestly don't remember a single thing about it. Like, literally. But yeah, I know that was desperately trying to be, like, a Disney knockoff or something. Hell, they even got, like, Disney voice actors in it, which I didn't even realize until later. But there are times where it just looks like the art style of the film, like, it just looks so cutesy. It's almost too cutesy. And okay, I didn't want to be too harsh on this film, so, you know, I went in with like an open mind, even though a part of me was expecting it to be trash, but that's besides the point. I also thought the voice acting was decent. Tim Curry as my boy Drake, like, I mean, like, Tim Curry's just one of those guys, like, if you give him, like, any role in, like, any production, and even if it, like, ends up, like, the whole thing just ends up being trash, he just absolutely nails that performance. Like, I would go down as far as to say, like, Drake is probably the best part of this movie, like, genuinely. Like, every time he was on screen, like, I was just so giddy and so happy, and, like... But, like, I suppose his character is a little bland, I guess. You know, he's just a stereotypical bully character. I think it's safe to say, like, after memeing Drake in my Speakonia videos for, like, 3 years now, I genuinely did save Drake in a similar way to how Drew Pickles was saved, but, like, that's besides the point. I liked Martin Short as Hubie. I thought he did really well nailing that stuttering nerd shy-like character. I've seen him in other things, like, I liked him in Treasure Planet where he played Ben. I recognized one of the actors from Disney's Pocahontas in this film. He played one of the human characters on the ship, the Misery, you know, where, like, all the other penguins are, like, captured and, like, put in cages and they're gonna, like, be, like, taken to a zoo. I kind of forgot the other actors' names, but, I thought they were pretty good as well, you know, despite what they were given. I think the one character, aside from Drake, I did like was Rocco. I know, like, in some of the reviews that I saw, they say, like, Rocco's just his character is all over the place. One minute he's, like, Hubie's best friend, and then he's like, oh, I'm gonna kill you, Hubie, you suck, I hate you. I think the best way I can describe Hubie is that, Rocco, is that his character is basically a tsundere, you know, someone who acts cold on the outside, but, you know, on the inside, like, he's actually a genuinely nice person. You know, he's kind of like Vegeta in Dragon Ball. Or specifically Vegeta when he turns good. Like on the surface, you know, he just acts, like, cold and stuff, but, like, on the inside, like, he's, you know, he's got a more softer side. And the same can go for Piccolo as well, or even Shadow the Hedgehog and Jotaro Kujo, you know, from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I thought the music was pretty good as well. I did not know that Barry Manilow did some of the songs for this. There were some that I did kind of like and some that I kind of just forgot about. I guess Marina's song was a little dull. Don't Make Me Laugh is a certified banger, I will say. Although that's just a little bit of bias coming from me, because, you know, my boy Drake. I thought that the song that Hubie and Rocco sing together is, like, pretty well done. You know, I think it's well written as well. And when I say, like, it's well written, it's like, you know, you got one singer who's just having the time of their life, and the other one's just not having it, and I love that dynamic. I mean, okay, I will admit, I suppose Hubie and Rocco's dynamic is kind of fun and enjoyable in a way. I guess the song that Hubie sings to Marina is pretty nice. It's just another, you know, sappy love song, I guess. But, like, it was still fine, you know? One thing I forgot to mention in the animation is that the color tones, sometimes during the musical numbers, they just, like, randomly change. Especially during Drake's song, where just all of a sudden disco lights are going off. But I suppose the one time where I actually kind of liked it was during Hubie and Rocco's song, was that, you know, when Hubie was, like, holding his breath, like, the whole scenery turns to, like, a darkish blue color, because he's, like, holding his breath, and Rocco exclaims, Hubie, you're turning blue, or something. And, like, when Hubie actually gets Rocco to confess, like, alright, fine, I like you, I guess. And Hubie gets happy about it, you know, it shifts to a more brightish orange color, which, it's a small detail, but I kind of like that as well. Okay, now here's the part where some of y'all are most likely wanting to know, and that is, what did I not like about the movie? I guess the story is a little weak. I mean, if you're familiar with the film, like, you probably already know what it's about. There was this one part in the film, I just thought it was the most stupidest thing ever. It was, like, during the climax of the film, after our heroes defeat Drake, who was taken from us too soon, there's, like, a point where like, Hubie and Marina are, like, falling, and then Rocco goes down to try and catch them with, Hubie's other bird friends who, like, are hardly in the movie. And just completely out of nowhere, Rocco just randomly defies the laws of physics. Like, he catches both Hubie and Marina, and all of a sudden, he's, like, floating in midair, and then they, like, fly back to, the iceberg or whatever, where Hubie lives. And, given the fact that penguins obviously cannot fly, in fact, they go on about this in the movie, I guess there are, like, some moments where it kind of, like, drags on a bit, you know, especially when, like, Rocco and Hubie, they end up in, like, some tropical island near a beach or somewhere. I can't exactly remember where, or maybe that's just me, I don't know. Then again, I'm literally reviewing this after the first time I've seen it, so my opinion may change over time. That is if I actually do decide to watch this movie again. But yeah, like, how the hell did Rocco just randomly defy the laws of physics and just fly Hubie and Marina to safety? Like, how? And then at the end of the movie, we see, like, Hubie and Marina's children flying with him in the sky. And I'm like, what? So now the kids can fly too? And look, I know this is just, I know this is a dumb kids movie, and, like, logic does not apply in these, but, like, I need to know, okay? Like, how does that even work? Also, I have a few questions about the Pebble. There was, like, one part in the movie where Hubie is looking into his Pebble that he finds that he wants to give to Marina, and he's looking at a scene where Drake is really trying to get Marina to be his mate. And I couldn't really tell, like, Discord, shut up. Also join my Discord server, the link is down in the description. So yeah, like, does the Pebble show images or whatever showing what's happening to whoever the person wielding it is thinking about, or do you, like, imagine the whole thing in his head? And I know I'm being slightly nitpicky with this, but, like, maybe it was just, like, a design choice or something, I'm not really sure. And I know I said the animation was fine, but, like, there are moments, there was, like, one scene, I think, during the Misery song, where some of the penguins on there, like, aren't even singing or moving or are fully animated. Like, they're kind of just stood there, like, absolutely stone-faced, like, not even moving at all, like, which was a little, off-putting, a bit. But I suppose it's more funny, if anything. So, I actually don't know if there's anything else I want to comment on about this film. But, you know, despite some of the things I may have said about this, and, you know, after me constantly memeing it in some of my videos, I'm gonna be completely honest. I know I said that this movie was, like, really, really dumb, but, like, I would be lying if I didn't say that, you know, a part of me actually almost kind of enjoyed this film. I mean, I guess I can't stay mad at this. Like, I mean, I have seen plenty films that I personally find really, really dumb, but, like, they're just, that's the whole point of them, that I just actually cannot help but enjoy them. Like, for example, I'm one of the few people who actually liked the Bee Movie. And I also enjoyed Meet the Spartans as well. You know, that parody of 300, even though I've never actually seen 300 in all of its entirety. But, you know, I am familiar with it. And I also used to grow up on This Is Sparta remixes as a small child. So I guess, like, the only way you can actually enjoy films like these is, like, you just don't take it seriously. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I still think this movie is, like, just absolutely just, but, you know, like I said, there is a part of me that will admit, you know what, I can kind of look past some of the flaws. Like I said, there are some parts about it that I actually did quite enjoy. And also it's because of this guy right here. Okay, so, yeah, I think that's going to about do it for this review. So overall, my final thoughts on The Pebble and the Penguin is, I guess it's not that bad as some people make it to be. It does have its flaws. You could probably enjoy this film a lot more if with a bunch of friends. So, all in all, The Pebble and the Penguin, I give it a 5.5 out of 10. So yeah, that's my review of the film. Hope you all enjoyed. I know it wasn't exactly perfect, but again, I literally started recording this right after I finished watching it. If you guys want to potentially see me do more reviews, I'd be down for it. I actually do have a few reviews relating to some video games and such in the future. That is, if I actually get around to making that. So yeah, with that said, I suppose I will see you all later then. And also, happy 30th anniversary to The Pebble and the Penguin. Yeah, this movie is now 30 years old, and now y'all feel old. Anyway, that's it. See ya.